First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady DVP, the BDElite.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for BDElite. Yes, you found us wherever you found your podcasts, and of course live.
Twitch.tv/upNXT Hello, Twitch Room.
Hello, Twitch Room. Yes, Tuesday nights we do UpNXT. We are your NXT friends. And Wednesday nights, well, you know what that means. We're your Dynamates.
We are your Dynamates. We're here every Wednesday to talk all about AEW Dynamite, and tonight was a big one because winter is coming.
Yeah, winter has come.
Yes.
Winter has came?
Winter's been and gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come Tuesday?
Come Tuesday, yeah.
Winter has came. Winter is here, and it has come and gone. Yeah, huge show tonight with AEW Dynamite and all this stuff with this world title match that I can't wait to.
Yeah, Winter is Coming was a big one last year. We had the debut of Sting. We had Moxley losing the AEW title to Kenny Omega, starting that run. So it was a big show, and it had like kind of quite a bit of buzz just on kind of name alone. Everyone kind of felt this was going to be a big one. We've got Hangman's first title defense, obviously, with Bryan Danielson, who's been putting on some classics this year. So I think there was a lot of buzz for tonight's show.
Yeah, like Bryan Danielson just sliding in, didn't really wrestle the summer, did some WWE stuff in the spring, and then slides into AEW in the past. I don't know how many months he's already been here,
Like
and put on some bangers and some classics now. And it's like, this guy's definitely wrestler of the year. Like he's
I mean, spoilers for the shows, but yeah, I think
like
who else is there this year?
He's got me so invested. Like he's so good, and I'm so happy as a fan just to kind of see the style of wrestling. I know they're moving to TBS in a few weeks, and the commercial they do a fantastic job on this commercial. They should air it everywhere. It's like all the clips of just highlights of AEW, and then the voices of like Punk narrating, Danielson there talking about what they want, the next chapter of wrestling moving forward. So it looked cool, and I'm like super hyped again as a fan. Like, damn. Doing a pretty good job. And I know there's someone we won't be seeing on Dynamite anytime soon. Kevin Steen.
Yeah, Kevin Owens re-signed to WWE on multiple years, I guess.
Yeah, so he's going to stay Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Not so much Steen. But I kind of saw that coming because he's in a lot of the big programs still. And
he is there. I mean, I would hope, like anyone negotiating at this point, he's got a no-cut clause in his contract, you would think. Good money for him and his family, and yeah, he's being featured. It will be interesting to see how they treat him and book him going forward, because he's someone who, like, okay, he's only been the champ once, but he's someone that once a year he normally has a bit of a flirts around the title and that kind of thing, and has featured stuff, so you might be happy with his spot. And you look at AEW right now and how many spots are maybe left, because there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
You can't blame the guy. Obviously, you'd like to see him mix it up with a bit of a new crop, but I'm not surprised at this point.
Yeah, I kind of would like to see him eventually be the guy there again for a little bit, get a title run again, because he is good. I was a big fan of him on the Indies. I think most of the stuff he's doing in WWE, it seems like he's just a little watered down of like kind of what he used to be, but he still puts in the work, and he's a great character. He's been on a roll.
And he's 37, so it's not saying you can't do something in, I don't know if it's a 3-year contract, 5-year contract or whatever, but it's not to say never.
Yeah, no. So maybe we'll see more of him in WWE. He's gonna win the Rumble, get a whole feud with Brock.
Okay.
I don't know, something like that. Yeah. What about Ring of Honor? Because they did the final battle.
Yeah, I didn't catch any of it.
I didn't watch any of it, but I watched. I looked on Twitter and saw some of the stuff that happened and some of the like little video messages people sent in and everything. And Gresham being like their last champion right now until their hiatus ends, whenever that may be. Danielson is made some comments about Gresham being like, yeah, he's great. So I'm imagining we get
he
that
said
match.
he's keeping like proper real technical wrestling alive.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
So I think that's a no given that we get that match in AEW pretty quickly or down the line in the new year.
Yeah,
'Cause,
somewhere.
What's he going to be doing? So
Yeah.
bring the ROH title.
I think, yeah, isn't it they brought back because Bandido's the ROH champ,
Right.
isn't he? I think they brought back the original ROH title.
Okay.
So he'll just be going around defending that for a while.
Nice. So he can fight.
Different promotions and stuff.
Yeah. Danielson for ROH champ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can get into, because I want to talk about Hook, but we can talk about him later when they air this vignette on him on the show. But before jumping in, we do have a bunch of shows that you guys need to check out if you haven't already. On this very feed, free, is Shot in the Dark. Siino covers Dark Elevation, Impact, all that other stuff.
NXT UK.
Everything. And even Mustache Mountain getting a win there.
New champs.
We watched that match. It was pretty good.
It's pretty deadly.
It was, yeah. So listen to that. It's on this very free feed. But if you want to go to patreon.com/upnext, for only $5, you get access to the North American tier, which is all the podcasts in our back catalog, all the retro NXT, all the best match ever, all that stuff. We have a best match ever 2021 coming out at the end of the month. And we'll probably be talking about a match that happened on this show, quite possibly.
Very possibly. I wanted to hold off putting the list out there until after tonight because this feels like the last big event of the year.
Yeah.
I think one's definitely going in the list.
Yeah, and so we got Home Alone. We're reviewing the classic with John Pollock. That's coming out next week. But this week is our Jack Off week. We did Jack Frost 97, Jack Frost 98. Which one is better? Is it the one with Michael Keaton singing his own music, which I didn't realize he did? That's probably the only best part about that movie.
Hey, don't spoil the review.
It's really
You've got
good.
to listen to it.
It's amazing. Guys turn into snow people. This is great. There's snow boobs. We also did Up Yours last week, covering not so much a Christmas movie, but one of our favorite movies, The Lost Boys, which you're getting a lot of love for. So go check that out if you're a fan of teenage vampires.
And then finally this Friday on this very free feed, I'm joined by JP Houlihan from Grapple Spotlight and our man Neil Flanagan to talk about the season 3 finale of Succession. And if you want to leave your feedback, I've put up a feedback thread in the Facebook group.
Perfect. Excellent. Yeah. And then you'll be covering UpNXT and BDElite on Tuesdays and Wednesdays next week. I'll be away in Mexico, but I'm sending my love to you and whoever fills in. And then following that, we're going to be doing some best and worst of stuff for
post-wrestling.
Yeah, for post-wrestling with John and Wei. And we're super honored that we're doing the show again with them. It's almost too much fun. So we're excited to do that towards the end of the year, beginning of the year, more so. So many shows. Give us a follow at UpNext Podcast on Twitter if you haven't already. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give us a nice little review, guys. Little things like that go a long way.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button right now because we do put up the shows on there afterwards. Just give us some love. It's a time of
holidays.
It's a time to love.
Love yourself too.
Yeah, love yourself and love us.
But maybe you don't want to hang around your family, or you need some friends in your ears. We're here for you.
Bodyslam.net, and we'll get to this later, but are reporting that Brody King has signed with AEW.
Yes.
So that
hey, Body Slam, we know that guy, Cassidy.
So that's going to make the video we talk about later kind of make a bit more sense, I think.
Yes. So some new people coming into AEW in the near future. Well, let's kick off tonight's show from where were they in here? Texas.
Garland, Texas.
It's a hot crowd for a cowboy, definitely. Wednesday, December 15th, AEW Dynamite. And we start off, that's right, in this company, they give you the main event first here. This is kind of the second time they've done this big match right away thing. First being Danielson, Kenny, and now doing it again. Danielson versus the Hangman, one-on-one, 60-minute time limit, and it's for the AEW World title.
Realistically, it makes sense. When you've got a 60-minute time limit, you're not going to have this run out of TV time for like kayfabe wise. If this is real and it goes the limit, it's like, oh, but Matt Seidel and Wardlow went so long earlier, so we're gonna have to cut off the end of the match. I like it starting off.
Yeah, it gives it the time.
There's definitely a part of me which is like, oh, I don't feel quite ready for this, and I felt
wasn't
that
at all.
Grand Slam, but tonight it was the same. But it definitely makes sense to start the show, and especially with it being going the limit.
Right. Yeah. No, it gets to it right away. If you're ready. Imagine you weren't there yet. You're like still getting your beer. You're like, oh, fuck. That would suck. But yeah. Well, this match starts off, and it starts the show. Big entrance for both guys here, especially Hangman. Huge pop, and the crowd's buying into this whole Danielson fickle character heel thing that he's got going on, which I think is just working beautifully. And they start off with a real lockup here. It's like some real technical
classic
wrestling.
Yeah,
yeah, but it's like serious here. And Danielson gets the best of Hangman early and starts doing jumping jacks and saying like, "You're nothing."
Being really cocky.
Yeah, he's kind of being a dick here. More great wrestling, and then Hangman just boots him away, which pisses Danielson off. There's crazy submissions here from Bryan, like Romero special, Dragon Sleepers. Page eventually gets him to the outside with a crossbody. Danielson fights back and just beats him up here. Hangman hits the classic lariat when you're like crouched like on the rope there.
Yeah, Danielson gets like strung up on the top rope and he
ruptured his custard,
and he hits the like springboard clothesline off
which,
of it.
Yeah, always looks pretty
Turns
cool.
him inside out.
Hits the Orihara moonsault, which was just picture perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah, in the ring, hits a Death Valley driver, but Danielson kicks out. There's then a superplex attempt, and Taz is on commentary because JR is still off, and Taz says he's going for the super duper moonsault, and then realizes what he said, and then goes superplex, super duper, everything these guys do are super. I did like Taz on this match. I thought he added a lot to this match.
Yeah, definitely, because it was very, very technical. You could hear Tony just sat out for a lot of it, and it was a lot of Excalibur and Taz really digging deep and analyzing it all. They were great.
There's crazy back and forth bits like submissions into different holds and counters. There's an ankle lock, a sit-out powerbomb from Hangman. There's an apron spot, shoulder first. They're working all the body parts. They're chopping each other down. And,
it's all Bryan Danielson targeting the shoulder to weaken the arm for the buckshot, and similarly Hangman weakening the legs of Bryan for his kicks.
So there's a spot where Hangman gets sent flying into like the ring post, and then when the camera cuts back to him, he is bleeding. There's some color in this match. It goes to picture again, and the docs are like checking on him, giving him water. He's like trying to get back in the game. He's selling this perfectly. And then when we come back, you see Danielson doing jumping jacks and push-ups in the ring, being an asshole. But when we come back, Hangman's just bleeding and leaking here. There's German suplexes, leg kicks. There's an elbow from Danielson that just looks nasty. There's then Hangman who hits him with a tombstone pile driver. Bryan kicks out of that. Bryan hits him with a series of strikes, and then the Regal Plex, his favorite wrestler, but Hangman gets out of that.
Now everything he's doing, it's to land on that shoulder.
Yeah.
So he's these suplexes, he's dropping them more on the shoulder than the back. Everything's targeting that shoulder.
In fact, they climb up top, and Danielson hits an avalanche back suplex, again targeting that back shoulder and the neck of Hangman here, and Hangman kicks out of it. When they get to their feet, Hangman eventually sends Bryan outside and goes for this leap off the apron, the ring post, something off the top rope to the outside, but Danielson sidesteps him, and Hangman just goes flying into the table there.
The table.
Everything just chaotic, and now it's more like kicks and spinning kicks. There's all sorts of stuff until Hangman comes back with the Brody Lee lariat, the discus lariat for a near fall. They're going back and forth with forearms, elbow strikes. It's nonstop from even before this point.
There was a point a little earlier where Danielson kicks the ring post. So now his legs really fucked, and he's doing like the yes kicks they used to be called, but Hangman's like hammering them like with a double hammer, like hammering them away.
His leg.
And you see like Bryan just wincing now and like favoring that leg.
Bryan's hobbling around quite a lot because he's selling the
both are selling
legs
so well.
Yeah, well, Danielson finally levels him with a rolling elbow and says he's going to get his fucking head kicked in, which he does. And eventually Hangman hits the Deadeye. He hits one on the apron as well, which is nasty, crazy. But he hits the Deadeye, but Danielson kicks out of it. This is where Page has the offense and says, I'm going to kick his fucking head in. And then he does the Daniel Bryan, just stomps repeatedly to the face and the neck while holding the arms out. He goes for the buckshot, but it's countered into the label lock which eventually he gets out of this. They're back to their feet. Danielson goes for what looks like the Busaiko knee, but it's blocked with this huge lariat, which then Danielson selling here was just phenomenal, which then sets up Hangman to go for the buckshot, and boy, does he hit it. Danielson landed on his goddamn head in this, but as he's going to go for the pin, the bell rings. The 60-minute time limit has expired. This match, therefore, is a draw. Hangman retains. As the crowd chants 5 more minutes.
They're all booing to start with. This was fantastic. Really didn't feel like an hour. It was so packed.
Felt like 20 minutes.
Like I like how I thought it was paced perfectly. It had I think they moved to the outside of the ring at the right time to kind of start doing the craziest stuff. Like they were exposing the floor and everything.
Yeah, there was so much stuff I didn't even go over.
And both, I think it was great that both were injured towards the end because it was making it way more of a fight. And Bryan is the best. He's so good. Even at the end, the buckshot, you see Bryan just like he sells it incredibly, and then just like rolls away his last effort.
Right.
Like he's like, I've got one more breath in, and he rolls slightly away from Hangman, which makes him not go for that pin right away. This was amazing.
This was just fantastic. They heard everyone saying, "Hey, match of the year, let's get what's the match of the year?" And they're like, "No, the year isn't done yet.
Yeah,
winter is coming." And they delivered this. This was fantastic. Best Dynamite match possibly ever. I could compare it being better than Danielson and Omega. Granted, we were there and it was half the time, but fucking love that match, and I loved this match. I would give this match all the goddamn stars.
I think you knew, like, after sort of the half-hour point, you go, they're going
the draw.
They're going the draw.
I mean,
but there was at no point where I'm going, all right, this is starting to drag now.
Yeah, no. It felt like classic, 1 hour. I mean, you think of Shawn and Brett in the 1 hour Iron Man. I'm not a big fan of that match. I'm a big fan of...
There's a whole lot of nothing in that
There's
match.
Ric Flair and Steamboat in the draw. That one is awesome. And then, of course, Kenny and Okada, they did one as well. It works fine. And I know we did it already with Danielson, so maybe people might be like, it's too soon. But
I like it now, kind of... It ties it, like, this is a thing. He can't actually get the job done.
Right.
Against Kenny and against Hangman.
Right.
But I way prefer this, doing a count-out thing, than double count-out, DQ, any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I love the time limit.
Yeah, I like the time limit. Obviously...
Makes you want to watch the rematch.
Yeah, it cuts to the commentary when we come back from break, and they're like, hey, we speak on behalf of everyone here. We want to see this rematch. Yeah. So instantly, you could put this on your pay-per-view, and I think you could sell the pay-per-view just because of that match, but...
So this Battle of the Belts thing is an hour-long special, right?
Right.
Just do this match.
Just one more. Yeah.
It's Battle of the Belts. It's Hangman Danielson. Two.
Yeah, that'll be all right. Oh, I'm thinking of Punk and Joe. They were watching this at home, being like, shine on, Danielson. Damn. Yeah, I absolutely love this. It's crazy that they start with it, and then you're just spent afterwards.
I love Sweary Bryan as well.
Ugh.
He's just going, fuck you, as he's giving him the finger towards the end there.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love this match. I love how the crowd was so hot for it, too. Some of the crowds that AEW have gone to just seem like they're not too into certain things, but, I mean, would you not be into this?
Yeah.
But, yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, one of the best matches this year, if not. Like, I wouldn't argue if someone said it was their favorite, because it definitely delivered. We knew these guys were going to kill each other, but, like, yeah, just blew it out the way. It's one of the matches that you're done, just like, need a smoke. But it didn't feel like an hour at all.
And I can see people being like, oh, do you want Hangman to, in his first defense, not have a convincing win? What does that say about his reign or whatever? When you're putting on a match like this, who cares? Like, you're remembering the quality of the matches. And I would say Kenny, like, as good and long as his run is, I can't think of many classics of, like, his big title defenses. Right. From it this time round. Not saying they were bad.
Yeah.
But right away, this is a classic.
Yeah. I mean, I loved Omega and Danielson. I would say that is a classic. I'd say this is a
It
classic.
wasn't a title match though.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't a title match. This one was crazy. Like an hour long. Saying, hey, you're gonna spend a whole hour of your time watching one match.
You trust Danielson for that though.
100%. I would watch him wrestle for 5 hours.
The whole show.
Do a whole 5-hour match. Never stop wrestling. Gauntlet. Like, yeah, it just shows like this guy has been chilling on a back burner for years on autopilot, and this is what this kind of stuff he wanted to do. It's just like it's almost perfect. Like he's on a different level than so many other wrestlers. He was never someone in WWE. I loved him in WWE. He was just never impressed me up to like some of his earlier Ring of Honor stuff, because he used to be violent. He used to be like it was real, and then he came to WWE and he became this like cartoon character, right? Like all these hardcore fans who watched him before, watching him hug it out every week doing therapy with Kane was like, cool, it's funny, and he did deliver in the comedy. He is good at acting, I find. But you wanted to see like this, and now it's like so years go by. He came back to wrestling after the injury and he fought Big Cass, and we're like, okay, he's just gonna do this shit again. And it's like we're in another multiverse watching this guy wrestle like all these other people that we think are super talented.
Yeah, I mean, I love some of his WWE stuff as well. But yeah, he's on another level.
Like
really,
so good. He understands what this is, and he's perfected it. Like he's amazing.
I do agree. Something someone says in Twitch is they need to do a bit better on the time calls. I would say they didn't come across loudly on TV.
True. Yeah, the commentary would say it like, hey, there's 5 minutes
Sometimes
left.
you'd hear Justin Roberts in the background, but it wouldn't be really loud, and then they'd pick up, oh yeah, it's this left. But maybe they don't want to hit you over the head that it's going to be a draw either.
Yeah, that's kind of what I get the vibe. They didn't do it at the other one either, but it's like people were like, okay, well, they said 1 minute, you can kind of gauge it's going to end soon. I mean, Hangman ends with the buckshot, so the story is, hey, I was going to pin you, but Danielson is, I would have kicked out. Yeah, doesn't matter, you didn't. So Battle of the Belts, just the full hour be there match. As soon as it cuts to the show, ring the bell.
Yeah.
But Hangman's got to beat him now. I don't even know, man. After watching this, I'm like, man.
Another draw.
Another draw.
And then do no time limit at Revolution.
You're a madman. You're going to wait that long? That's March.
Yeah.
What are these guys going to do until March?
Well, they have other feuds. They go off, do something else.
I guess.
Bryan faces the Octopus Man, and then...
The Dragon versus the Octopus. Gresham,
you can have Hangman beat Miro to get that W under his belt.
Okay.
And then you go back to this.
Yeah, wow. It maybe, but I think he would beat... I think there needs to be a winner at the next match.
Nah.
60-minute draw again.
Yeah.
Insane. Insanity. So what, they're going to wrestle like 90 minutes at a pay-per-view?
And then they're going to be like, well, no time limit. Let's go.
No time limit, and they
Exploding barbed wire death match. It's Revolution. Bring that stip back.
The stip is we're having a 2-hour-long match.
Yeah.
Like, essentially. Do an Iron Man.
Well, I mean,
this is
what would be the point? They haven't picked up a single fall in the hour. Twice. Nah.
2 out of 3 falls? I guess it doesn't make sense because they can't even get one.
You just got to remove the clock.
Yeah, I guess so.
Make it no DQ so that will speed things up. Like kayfabe wise, it's like, all right, these guys need to finish this. How do we do it? Give them tables.
No, yeah, I mean they used a little bit of outside stuff in this, but yeah, just a banger. Danielson again is just amazing. Someone in the chat says bring in judges like WCW.
Oh yeah.
What was our boy?
Jason Hervey.
Jason Hervey, the GOAT judge.
And who's the girl? It was like
Cynthia.
Wasn't it Playboy Girl of the Year or something?
Frankenhooker, right?
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's what it was, the movie.
Frankenhooker was.
Yeah. No man, AEW knocked it out the park with this match. You could go out with that. You'd be smitten.
Yeah.
I was done. I went for a smoke. So,
I mean, the crowd were as well.
Yeah, they were. But just awesome. Definitely going to be talked about for match of the year in some people's eyes for sure. I would like to hear people's arguments of if they like this one or the Kenny one more, because I really love this match. I can't wait to watch it back. It's just so long.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it breezes so fast and like so quickly. But like I try to write down as much stuff that happens, but it's a very long.
Yeah.
Like it's an hour. But even going to picture in picture worked in the times they did it, because like Hangman's bleeding at one point. There's doctors checking on him. It worked.
And what I do love is there is the fight feed out there. So if you want to watch the match with no P&P, no interruptions,
True, yeah.
unlike if you've got to really good match that happens on like NXT back in the day. It's you watch the network version and it fades out and fades back in after the break, and you're like,
Right.
So
Yeah, true. I didn't even think about
version there for you.
There you go.
For our rewatch.
Yeah. So that's it. That's Dynamite.
That was the show
this week. Congrats to Hangman. I mean, he retained in a draw, so he's still the champ.
Yeah, it's a cheap. I mean, Brian's gonna be like, that's a cheap way to do.
A true champion.
Yeah, you didn't beat me.
Yeah. The feud's
So
great.
Bryan Danielson's still undefeated in AEW.
True. He just
Two draws and 12 wins. I think
a bunch of wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you do, they got to juice up that first TBS show, which I think will be Punk and MJF in the main event.
It's January 5th. Yeah.
January 5th.
So we've got the 6-man next week, and then the week after, is that the TBS show?
So next week, no, there's 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could do Danielson Hangman again on that show. just be like, yo, here, watch this. Like, they got to juice that show up. But, I mean, MJF Punk is a pretty big match, I would say. But, yeah, I was blown away from this
Dan
match.
Lambert, whatever he's going to say as well.
Dan Lambert?
He can headline.
He'll headline TBS?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. Just he's coming back. They made a big thing.
Are you
of it.
excited?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love the crowd after this chanting 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
It's like...
And then for the whole of the next 2 matches, 2 guys in the front row. One's on his phone. It's just front row center, like in the scrumped seat.
Did you see
just
that?
Having a conversation
Did you
on the
see
phone.
that?
And another guy's just texting the whole time. They're like,
we're good.
We're good.
that was me at Grand Slam after Kenny.
Yeah, but not front row.
No,
Come on.
I would never.
No,
yeah, that's disrespect. The one guy was on his phone for quite a while.
Yeah.
On live TV. I'm like, fuck off. Go away. Go watch. Go get a beer. Leave. We see the Super Click backstage. There's some weird Christmas music playing in the background. That was weird and annoying. But they're cutting a promo.
It's 12 Days of Christmas, I think, which is on like 3 different commercials right now.
There's too many of these Christmas commercials and like pizza places that make jingles and think they're creative, and then the other company
Olive
does
Garden
the same
and Pizza
thing.
Hut have the same 12 Days of Christmas song.
fucked,
It's
man.
just one has the guy from The Office.
Craig Robertson.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one out pizzas the hut.
Yeah.
Isn't that what he says?
Yeah.
Right. And then he does say
And a pizza and another pizza.
I said it before, I got heat, but I stand by it.
You're not going to go off on sea lions again, are
No,
you?
sea lions suck, sea otters are okay. But what I was going to say is Pizza Hut sucks. It's trash.
Okay.
I don't like it.
All right.
I know it's a little different in the States, but when we have it here in Canada,
Yeah.
it's not
I
good.
don't mind Pizza Hut back home.
Yeah.
People shit on Domino's a lot, but I like Domino's.
Yeah, Donald's all right.
Yeah.
At least here. Maybe it's different.
It's no Pizzeria de Mario, though, is it?
It's our local spot.
It's not even local to us. We
It's
just order
Kensington
from
Market.
there. It's good.
Yeah.
But there's like so many pizza places nearer to us.
Just like if I'm on YouTube, right, and an ad keeps playing every time I'm trying to watch something, and it's like this annoying Christmas ad for Pizza Hut. Sorry, I'm not going to Pizza Hut. I'll make it my...
Yeah, but you said you want those Frito wrap things.
Yeah, see, we're
That's
watching an
another
American
annoying
feed,
commercial.
and it's this annoying commercial with Sonic. Americans make like this like chili cheese taco wrap, but they put the Frito Lay's like corn chips in it. Man, I'm not saying I wouldn't try it.
So it's working.
Weren't we just talking about
Yesterday,
White Castle
yeah.
and this and everything?
I don't know what show. We've recorded so many shows in the last 2 days.
Yeah. Well, the Super Click are here, and they let us know that the Super Click are here, and then the Bucks kind of stop Cole and be like, "And Bobby Fish."
And Bobby Fish.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, of course." They're talking about Roppongi Vice, Chaos, the best friends, that whole gang, and how they're upset at them. And well, they say that they're gonna bust up that old minivan, and the Bucks say, "We're gonna reach in, we're gonna grab Sue, and we're gonna super kick her right in the kisser."
Ah.
That's right. These guys said they're gonna super kick Trent's mom.
They said, how about we end Sue's career?
And then they're like, "Does she have a career?" They're like, "Yeah.
She's on Cameo now.
Is she?"
Yeah. The thing is, it says like it's like $19 for
It's not bad.
personal,
Oh,
$80 for business. So I'm like, fuck. So if I wanted her on the upNXT Rumble, she $80?
no. You just say, "Hey, get her to say."
Personally, I'd like you to do this for $19.
$19 sounds fair, and $80 does not.
So what? Sue, 29.
What's she gonna do? Sue us? I don't know. Do it.
What number is Sue in the Rumble?
Well, who's number one? Do we have it booked yet?
Chris Elliott's thrown his name in for number one.
For number one?
Yeah.
The guy who
He
won it last year.
He wants to run the gauntlet.
He's gonna win the whole damn
Yeah.
thing? Damn, that's a tough choice. Well, we can't put her in number 2 then.
Sue and Chris to start things off.
Sue could be number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Sue?
We're revealing our cards
Yeah,
here
it's true.
to our booking, but the UpNXT Rumble coming soon in the new year.
I just go on Cameo, I type in just Sue. Nothing else, just Sue. And she's the top one. She's the first one.
Damn right, she's the top one. She's goated.
Now she's 23 Canadian dollars.
23 Canadian dollars.
For personal use. 81 for business use.
Big Walt Diesel says Sue has W2s. What's W2s?
What's that? I saw a sign about W2s in the crowd, but I didn't
Is
know
that
what it
like her
meant.
shoes? Like she's
W2s.
rocking a certain type of super kicks there?
I don't know.
I watched the Young Bucks go sneaker shopping. That pissed everybody off.
Oh, yeah?
And Matt Jackson explained that super kick thumbtack spot thing and how he personally super glued them like all on, and he kept the shoes and they still have blood on it and everything like that. But they kind of gave a little like insight, but like they're basically like, yo, every time we say one little thing, everyone like jumps on us and reacts and stuff. He's like, so why do people still take what we say for like? You still think like we're working you?
Yeah, for sure.
They're like, does anyone not realize? Just so we're clear, we're working you all the time. So like, take what we say, and then everyone off that interview is like, the Bucks claim they started the trend, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're doing it again. So bravo to them, to the Young Bucks.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying the whole time. It's like, guys, the heels.
They're bad guys.
Why you're getting angry that they're wearing Jordans?
Yeah,
cool.
that are really expensive.
They're doing their job.
I will say, out of all the complex shoe ones, I've watched a few. There's been a few wrestlers on it, but other celebrities, they spent like quite a lot. Like they spent a lot of money compared to some other people. People will show up. I think Punk just bought like a pair or something, but Bucks bought like expensive shoes. So I mean, cool.
Apparently, W2s is the equivalent of a T4, like the tax form.
Right.
Well, that's not very exciting.
Oh. Well, I mean, she does her taxes. That's good.
She does do her taxes.
I guess that's what that means. So she's a good person.
We need to do ours.
Yeah, we're not good people. We need to do ours.
It's been a hard year, guys.
Yeah. To end this thing that we spiraled off here, they say next week on Dynamite it's a special Christmas edition, and Adam Cole has the best Christmas present you could ever ask for, and the Bucks say, "Don't tell us what it is. We love surprises."
So Kyle.
In a box?
Kyle in a box.
It's my Kyle in a box.
So the match is Rocky Romero, Orange Cassidy, Trent, and Chucky taking on the Super Click
and Bobby Fish.
Okay.
Next week.
This is going to be a birthday present.
No, so wait, the match is this Friday.
Oh, the match is this Friday, and there's a present next week.
Yeah. So my prediction is Bobby Fish loses the match, and Bobby Fish gets pinned. And the present is we're kicking Bobby Fish out of this. We don't want to be with you anymore.
Okay.
And that's when.
And then Kyle comes
in
save
for the
out
save.
of the box.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe he could be dressed as the psychiatrist and rip it off.
I feel like they wouldn't just be like, hey, here's this gift, and it's Kyle O'Reilly. I feel like that's weird. But
maybe because AEW kind of honor what's happened, like WWE's canon. So maybe they bring in Kyle like all tied up.
Oh.
Because they were feuding, right?
Right.
Kyle won the last match and Cole left, so they're like, we got a present, and he's like gagged and tied up. Bobby Fish has to come in for the save.
Not as exciting. I think if
You don't want to see Kyle gagged and tied up as the present from the Bucks?
maybe Bobby Fish loses. He takes the L in the match, so they all come out without Bobby Fish, and Cole says, "Here's your gift," and the box is Bobby Fish like beaten up, and then they beat him up even more and be like,
and then Kyle
comes back.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just Jordans.
Yeah, we're being worked. I got you shoes because they love shoes. It did look like a shoebox now when he had something, but I don't know. I think Kyle should show up.
Yeah.
Eventually. So, So many matchups I want to see there with Cool Kyle. Well, we go to our next match, which is Matt Seidel versus Wardlow. And this is pretty much a squash match, if you will. Wardlow gets a kick to the face pretty early on, which pisses him off, and then hits a powerbomb and another one. And Sean Spears grabs a microphone and says, yo, pin him. End the match. Pin him. And Wardlow is kind of like ticked off by this. So powerbombs him again and then pins him. And then Sean Spears after the match says, you're the man. We don't get paid by the hour. And then hold on. And then takes a chair and beats up Matt Seidel. And then does the his weird reaction like he's getting off on hitting people with steel chairs. Because that's his gimmick. And then his phone rings. And he's like, oh, it's Maxwell. Hey, yeah, I'll tell him. And he's like, hey, we got to go get some champagne for MJF celebration.
You gotta go.
Yeah, you got to go get it. So, yeah, it was weird having Sean say, "Hey, pin him," in the middle of a match. It's a little strange.
Yeah, I mean, it's to show, like, Wardlow's just working for these guys.
Yeah,
there's no relationship there, and he's just winding him up.
Yeah, he's pissing him off. He's like, no one cares about your match. Just end it. Let's go.
Just end it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna. It feels like we're amping up this breakup. We had MJF eliminating Wardlow last week. Wardlow getting pissed off by this whole thing, like the champagne comment. I feel like we're going to this pretty soon. To MJF Wardlow. I feel once the Punk thing's wrapped up, I think we're going to that match.
Wow. Okay.
That feud.
He kind of doesn't need a crew. I don't think.
No.
I don't know. He is pretty good with his bad guys to always fight everyone off.
They've been planting seeds for a long time, and now
yeah.
they're hitting us a bit more heavy with it.
True.
I wonder how long they drag this out for.
Yeah. After Punk, MJF, should Punk be the first guy to lose? Should MJF be the first guy to beat?
MJF should beat Punk. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I was originally saying it should be Hook that beats him, but which I still stand by. But no, I think MJF beating him on that TBS thing makes MJF.
Yeah.
If he's not already made. The match with Darby made MJF, but for real, a big main event Punk match, beating him would be good. So more MJF later. We go to this video that's kind of spooky. We see Aleister Black, and he's kind of talking to us. He's talking about martyr and foundation and false idols and understanding what human nature is all about, because violence is part of human nature and violence is who you are. He's clearly talking. You kind of think he's talking to me, you're talking to us, but he's talking to someone. As this, how do you describe this video? It's well shot, like a movie. He's looking so spooky in all black. It's like a scary movie.
Yeah.
Metal music video.
Going through some church or something.
Yeah, really cool. Really different from anything you've kind of seen in wrestling specifically. He then talks about apathy and the teaching of the house, and you must appreciate the blessing. And then it's showing him clips of him preaching almost, getting super into. He's got what looks like a Bible or something, and we see this other person, but they're dressed in a black whole getup, a mask or something. You can't really see who they are, and he does the mist in their face, but again you can't see their face, and it drips out. And he talks about how in this house of black, the house always wins. And then kind of leans in. It's almost like an initiation or a baptism of some sort. And then leans in and says, you'll be more than just a king. So, yeah.
So it looks like Brody King.
Yeah. It must be Brody King.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. No, I like this video. Malakai Black sounded like Liam Neeson for a lot of this.
It was his voice, right?
I don't know. At times it sounded like him. At times it just sounded like some voiceover, and it sounded like Liam Neeson doing his American accent, the Irish floats in here and there.
I will find you.
Yeah,
and I will kill you.
Odd, but no, I like the video. I hope this means we're moving away from Cody as well. We're having a bit of a tag team here, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. I've talked many times on the show. Brody King is awesome. I think he is a big part of the future of wrestling. He has a great look. He's got this tie and this relation to Malakai Black, who has since coming in has just become the coolest looking dude in wrestling. And I would like to see this House of Black formation thing. This guy seems like he's really creative and knows where he can do with things. And bringing in Brody King, I think, is a big step, and I think he could be a big key player here in AEW as well. Just a big fan. I think in wrestling, we don't have the Undertaker, and the Undertaker was kind of the spooky goth bay, and we lost that. No one's fit that role properly since. Of course, there's the Fiend and stuff, but it just got a little too silly. This guy is attracting that crowd, that metal people, those metal people, and the goth people. Yeah, you know what I mean, like the metal people. Yeah, but it's interesting, like all his companies, t-shirt companies and stuff like that. I think he's a really smart guy, but I thought this was so different than it looked like a part of a movie or something. So whoever shot and edited this was doing a really good job.
Yeah. I mean, I think he does have a lot to say with his stuff. It seems like he had all those plans in his WWE run. Yeah. That I think he's taking a lot of stuff over, perhaps. And yeah, it's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing Brody King show up. And I think, a bit of a different direction for Black, moving away from this Cody feud, which is all he's done since he's been there. And then he spit in a girl's face last week. Yeah. Which I wasn't really about. Like, I didn't really get that.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird. But no, I'm for this.
Because he's evil. He's a bad
guy.
But he's cool. But he's spitting in people's faces. It's not nice. I would like to see... Are we going to see Buddy Matthews come in there too? That's the House of Black?
Has he teamed with him elsewhere?
They just had a match.
Okay.
Which they had the history in the WWE. But still, that would be a pretty cool mix. He's a good worker too. But yeah, there's another unit coming into AEW. Another stable group, the House of Black. Will they have 9 people in it eventually? Matt Hardy, Jack Evans.
You could just have these two.
I think it'll be just the two?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe another, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we go to commentary after that airs, and Taz was like, that video was pleasant. That was really pleasant. Yeah, because it's all scary. We go to Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida in the rubber match. In this series, they've had some bangers.
Yeah, we've loved this feud. Had some really good matches.
Yeah, so it started with the 50th win thing. Mm-hmm. Deeb was like, yo, I don't care about your 50 wins. Beat her up. And then they had another match and it got her win back. So now it's 1-1. Here we go. So it's a scrap from the get-go. Shida runs at her and throws the kendo stick.
Yeah, Deeb drop kicks Shida as she's making her way to the ring. So the bell's not even gone. So Shida just launches her kendo stick at her. It's scrappy.
Yeah, they're beating each other up. Hikaru Shida looked like she was just nailing her with shots to the head here because she's angry. Deeb eventually wrestles her to the mat.
I thought commentary sucked at the beginning of this match.
Yeah.
Because it started really hot and they just seemed completely not calling what was going on, and then even started advertising something else during it. It's like these two are elbowing each other in the face right now.
Like it was serious part of the match.
Yeah, like it was a proper brawl to start this thing, and they're off talking about other stuff.
Yeah, I did think they did a good job in that first main event, but it was a little off here. Yeah, there's Deeb who gets this knee hook and then a leg lock, and then starts working her leg. They go to the outside and she wraps Shida with the figure 4 on the post like Bret Hart used to do. Back in the ring and back and forth. There's an enziguri from Shida. A delayed suplex, and then a brain buster for another near fall. There's a neck breaker spot where Deeb gets Shida through the ropes under the metal part of the turnbuckle.
Yeah, she takes off the padding from the buckle bit.
Yeah,
right?
And then neck breakers Hikaru while she's through it, so that looks like it hurts. Yeah, it kind of wrenches on her back and neck. Shida gets hit with a power bomb from Deeb, but kicks out at 2. And then multiple swinging, twisting neck breakers, like the twist and shout kind of thing from Deeb repeatedly. But out of nowhere, Shida fires back with a Falcon Arrow. And then the crazy axe kick to the top of the head that she does pretty well. But it's not enough to keep her down. She does a roll through into the single leg crab. This move we've seen her use before. But Hikaru gets out of it. Now, you mentioned the turnbuckle. Deeb was also after that spot even pulled it even more and exposed it even more, and looked like she was going to try to get Shida to go into it, but it's reversed. She eats the turnbuckle and gets a roll up pin here from Hikaru, who gets the win. But it's she's knocked out at the same time. But yeah,
again, really liked it. I liked how this this has escalated. I love the kind of brawling style right at the beginning, and they were really like stiffing each other. There were some crazy like stiff slaps in this match. It was a shame because of that first match, I imagine the crowd seemed pretty burned out. This was when I really noticed like the people on their phones in the front and stuff, which was a shame because I thought it was good, and I felt they kind of did win them over towards the end when they were kind of reversing all the pins and that kind of thing. I don't know. I really enjoyed the other two matches, and I don't know if this is the blow off, whether Shida winning via turnbuckle is like is cool. But I enjoyed the match.
I think Deeb should have won.
Yeah, I kind of think so.
I think it kind of gives her a bit more steam, but yeah, it didn't hit as good as the last one, but maybe it's because I was also burnt out watching this just at home. But I still liked it. It's still good.
Yeah.
They have great chemistry.
They do,
I like both of them just as workers. I've been loving Deeb lately.
I like how neither are afraid of just stiffing the other as well.
No, good stuff. We go to the Hollywood Blondes. No, the Varsity Blondes. Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. They're being interviewed backstage, and they're upset because Julia's not there. Because, like you mentioned, she got spit in the face last week by that asshole.
Say it wasn't about that. It was more just because it was out of nowhere. Like, why were the Blondes on the stage? Why did Black come out? Why Julia Hart? But still, it's fun, isn't it? Like,
getting spit in the face?
No, just like, poor Julia Hart.
Yeah.
But like, we need more people spitting mist in cheerleaders' faces in wrestling, I think. Come on.
They're making, I heard they're making a Bring It On movie.
Oh, yeah?
A new one that might like go into like a thriller aspect. It fits this bill right here. The part of that movie needs to be him spitting in a cheerleader's face.
And Sabrina the Teenage Witch be in it as
She'll show up. Everyone will show up in it.
Okay.
Kirsten Dunst.
Nice.
Tobey Maguire. I don't know. But the Griff Garrison is fired up. He's so mad about Malakai Black. He goes, "You say you're a real man, Malakai. You're not. You're a coward. You spit in Julia's face. For what? For no reason. I promise you, I will bring the fight to you." And Brian's like, "Yo, man, that's probably not the best idea." And he's like, "Hey, whoa, what are you talking about?"
Brian's being a bit of a coward here.
He's like, "You don't want to do that." And he's like, "No, Brian, whose side are you on, huh? He spit in Julia's face. That's our sister. So next week, Malakai, fight me, and I'm going to break your jaw."
Thought Griff sounded really good.
Griff fired up.
Sounded really good.
He needed that to wake up. He needed his sister, Julia, to get spit in the face. To get fired up to fight this guy.
Brian, when MJF was taunting his family and stuff, Brian was right in there going for the fights.
Yeah.
And now they spit in his sister's face, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm not about that."
He didn't spit in my face.
Griff,
so.
chill. Come on, you're gonna get us in trouble.
I mean, he didn't spit in my face. We don't really need to fight.
Scarier looking than Max.
Yeah, did you see what he did to everyone?
Max, I thought, had a bit of a chance. Like, no, mate, I'm not taking Malakai.
No.
Did you not see that video he just posted?
He's scary.
He's got some scary dude coming.
And that means there's two of them, and that means there's two of us. And
Look at us, dude.
Brody King's gonna eat them. Yeah. I like the Varsity Blondes.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that match now. Let's go, Griff Garrison. Give it all you got.
More Griff on the mic. Come on, he was good.
I thought he sounded good. Yeah. You know what he's gonna do to Malakai? He's gonna hit him with that over the top dive. Right as he's making his entrance, Griff's gonna hit him with it.
Oh yeah, the big
Because he's mad.
Brian can come in with his springboard clothesline.
Maybe Julie interferes, and that's Malakai's... Oh, wait, Malakai's first loss was to Cody. Of course. But she'll cost...
Julia's going to cost him the match.
What if... Wait a second.
Julia's going to join House of Black.
Well, yeah, wait a second. If you spit in their face and Brody King's joining, does that mean Julia Hart joins, too?
That could be the third person.
The Varsity Blondes are like the new Brood. He brings them in. Like, they turn, like...
Well, Griff Garrison is Edge, isn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whoa, we're booking this. Evil cheerleader, evil Varsity Blondes.
So you think they all join the House of Black?
Julia should. She's going to have, like, her eye is going to be like his.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. It sounds good. Someone in the Twitch chat said Andrade is, like, boys with him. And he wears that black suit and the black mask when he comes out.
Thing, yeah.
So, I mean, that could fit, too. But, yeah. I thought Griff sounded great. I was fired up for Griff. But let's go to the main event, which is the time we get to talk about Hook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are you a hooker?
Is that what we're calling him now?
That's what
Fans
you call
of
the
Hook?
fans of Hook now.
He's good. I like Hook.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. Here it shows the replay, like basically a video package of his match last week with Action Bronson doing the theme song, which I think is badass. Yeah, Fuego was great in there, making Hook look like a monster.
But I think what was so impressive is, for me, was his just charisma he had.
Mm-hmm.
He looked, just even with his walkout, he looked so confident. And sure, it was a 5-minute squash match, but all his moves looked really nice. The suplexes looked really nice, and just his kind of poise was really impressive.
Yeah,
you don't often see that in like your debut matches.
No, definitely. He's got a whole look down. His whole swag is down.
His hair, his
hair. Yeah, his hair is like on point, man. He looks like Tom Holland.
Yeah,
like the next evolution of Pokemon is like Tom is smaller, and then it's him. Actually, he might be around the same size, but
he looks like a rough Tom Holland.
Yeah,
bad boy Tom Holland.
I can't he's Taz's kid. That's crazy. I thought it was so cool for Taz to be calling that match.
Yeah,
like
oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't be able to hold it together if I was him in that like situation. Like that's got to be like best moment of his whole career. Honestly,
for sure.
That has to be because it was just cool. He was also like. Yeah, he trains doing this move and the side like takedowns, and he like knows all the names and stuff. He's like, and then he calls this move, and now this is called Red Rum. Taz Mission is now Red Rum.
Is like, Taz Mission trademarked by WWE? Is that why they can't use it?
Maybe, yeah.
Because I just call it Taz Mission.
Well, you wouldn't call it Hook Mission. You just
just call it Taz Mission. It's your dad's move.
Yeah,
your dad Taz.
Giving it a new name is fine. It's him blessing him to it. Like it's him like, hey, this is now this.
Yeah. So
it's what's been said has been said. I thought he looked pretty good. I'm interested to see what this kid can do for sure. He's super young, right?
Yeah. He's how old is he? 20?
20? Damn.
How old is he?
Probably.
No, Julia Hart's 20. Dante Martin's 20 as well.
Yeah.
84. No, that's Dustin Hoffman for some reason.
Dustin
who's in Hook?
Good movie. I fucking love Hook.
Such a Hook age didn't work. All right, he's 22.
22.
He's 22.
That's amazing.
And his real name's Tyler. Yeah, that figures.
Tyler Hook.
He looks like a Tyler.
Well, he had a T-shirt that came out with all it says on it is Hook. And it sold
the top selling
first one to beat Punk since Punk came back. Like no one's gotten that spot, and he did it finally. So good for him. Good for Hook, man.
Terrible shirt.
It just says Hook. No one would know what it means. They're like, if you wear that shirt, it looks cool. But if you wear it, people are gonna be like, oh, like the movie, and be like, yeah. Like the movie, which I think is a good movie. Dustin Hoffman's 84, huh?
Yeah.
It's wild. They're making a new Hook movie. They're making a new live-action Peter Pan right now.
Like making Hook or
It's Disney making Peter Pan.
Oh, okay.
Live action.
Like how they're doing. Yeah, all right.
I think it's Jude Law as Captain Hook.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
It's not quite Dustin.
Who's Peter? Just some
Peter.
Kid Peter.
I don't know.
Toby.
You mean no? Tom
Peter
Holland.
Pan and Wendy is the film.
Okay, I guess.
Peter
sure.
Pan and Wendy. You got
Get Tom Holland as Peter Pan. Just
yeah,
put him in
Jude
everything.
Law's Captain Hook. Don't really know anyone else in this. Yeah, good chat.
Yeah, no, I love this Hook stuff. I'm super into it, and I love his theme song. So interested to see more. I like how Taz is just treating it like it's the biggest thing because they play a vignette like, "Hey, if you didn't watch, this is what happened." And he's like, "Yo."
I think it was a good idea showing this because it was a big thing on Friday.
It was.
So kept the chat going.
Chat's fire. We go to the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, backstage. Well, quite frankly, he's mad, and he's talking to Daniel Garcia and 2.0, and he's cutting a promo on them, I should say. And he says, "You guys keep getting in my way, and I'm on my own. Mox is in here, and I got to do this on my own. And you jumped my buddy Ortiz, so you got a bunch of your guys, I got a bunch of my guys. So 5-on-5, Garcia, you ugly man, I'm coming for you. It's gonna be Kingston, P&P, and the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
Versus 2.0, Garcia, and two friends of their choice that they can pick.
Who's their friends going to be?
I don't know. I don't know. Who would want to fight...
Who would team with Private Party?
Private Party? The 2.0?
Sorry, no. Yeah, I don't know. You said Hardy Family Office is done.
I guess so.
I can't think. Briscoes?
The Briscoes, yeah. I
Is
mean,
that how you bring them in?
I would assume they come in...
They're already set up with FTR, right?
Yeah.
That seems like...
I thought we were getting them later tonight.
Oh, yeah?
I thought they were coming out. So...
Is the Acclaimed? Chris Leone suggests?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, true, yeah.
I guess so.
They're bad guys, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I saw... Was it... Who's the guy in... Max Caster?
Max Caster?
He tweeted this week being like... sorry, I get in trouble when I spit rhymes at Julia Hart, but this guy spits in Julia Hart's face and nothing happens? Okay, cool. We go to the main event, kind of. MJF versus Dante Martin, but MJF comes out first to a sea of boos, not quite like last week, and he cuts a promo. He says, "Hey, Texas, your daughter swallows," which makes them even more upset. He then says Texas is known for your anti-education and your pro-incest. The boos get louder. Yeah. He then says CM Punk says all I do is go for low-hanging fruit, and then huge CM Punk chants. And then he says all he did last week was talk about my local sports team and how they suck for 10 minutes. Yeah, great, innovative stuff, CM Punk.
I thought this was a really good line, actually.
He says... It was underwhelming, just like all your matches have been underwhelming, just like all your opponents have been underwhelming because you haven't fought me. I just thought that makes you, CM Punk, the new Ryback, which got a lot of boos and cheers.
Well, we all know Punk's thoughts on Ryback.
Yeah, he loves him. He says, I deserve that title shot, not you. I don't know why you're saying that because I beat Hangman already, and after I beat Dante... I could be the next champion. Dante, you're talented, but you're in a lot of trouble, man. I'm from 1996, and I'm the only top talent that's young here that matters. And then he mentions Dante Martin has the charisma of Helen Keller on Quaaludes.
What are Quaaludes?
You've seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Mm-hmm.
Where they do those pills that get them all like wonky and stuff. It was like popular.
The stuff
like,
when he
80s.
tries to drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good insult.
It's pretty mean. Is what I'm trying to say. It's pretty mean, but did laugh. Maybe I'm twisted, but he says I could beat you, Dante, with a headlock takeover, and I'm not CM Punk. I don't claim to be the best. I just am. And Dante comes out and ready to fight MJF. But a great promo.
Oh, as always.
Yeah.
And I think this was needed because last week in Long Island, having MJF being such a huge babyface, you needed him to come out and be an asshole to be like, no, feud's back on track and it's Punk as the babyface and MJF is the heel.
Yeah, right away. And it works. He's so good. But Dante versus MJF, the diamond ring is on the line. They have it in a glass container now, like sitting there, and they show people kept trying to put their signs behind it to get on TV, and someone just brought a sign of like a Michael Jackson album for some reason.
There were some weird signs tonight.
Yeah.
There was one that was on TV for a long time saying Vince ends more careers than COVID.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few weird ones. One said sign Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It's equally as weird. No, there was some weird ones.
Yeah.
There's always Final Fantasy and weird ones like that. Dante Martin, MJF, ring is on the line. Dante has some fast offense here, like outsmarting MJF, and then does this like knee drop for a near fall, which looked pretty cool. MJF starts beating down on him and then is like fighting through the crowd, near the crowd as they go to P&P. But as they're going to break, some guy gets in the face of MJF and he just gets right back in the guy's face and he's like, hit me. He's like, you want to fucking do something? Do it. And he's screaming in this guy's face and then goes, that's what I fucking thought.
Oh, earlier MJF threw someone's hat.
Yeah, that may have been him. The same guy. Yeah, it may have been that guy. When we come back, MJF hits a powerbomb for a near fall. Dante comes back, though, with these crazy backflips and then this crazy diving crossbody to the outside. Dante then hits a tope con hero and then a flying moonsault as well. Just all these crazy diving stuff. Dante then goes, MJF's like on the bottom of the ramp outside of the ring. Dante does a springboard shooting star, but
it's he leaps up to the top rope first, like no hands, it seems, and then does this crazy shooting star.
Shooting star. He like goes over MJF, but knees him in the head.
He kept doing this. Like, I don't know if it was deliberate.
I don't know.
Because it was more effective than landing on your stomach. But like his moonsault earlier, he did the like standing 450 in the ring,
right,
and just landed his knee on his face.
Yeah, is he doing this?
Maybe. I mean, it's effective.
Because call me crazy, MJF looked rocked after this. The whole match.
He was either selling really well or was a little rocked. But this looked fantastic.
There was a sunset flip attempt back and forth. There's then the headlock takeover from MJF, which gets a huge reaction now. He's got to continue that in his like.
He does it nicely as well.
Actually. Yeah, he's got a good one. There's then side headlocks and then a Liger bomb from MJF countering one of these Ranas for a near fall. Again, he has a great sit out power bomb. Dante hits a move and gets MJF down, but Ricky Starks actually comes out there and puts MJF's foot under the rope, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't do that. What are you talking about?" And then MJF gets the salt of the earth, the Fujiwara armbar. Dante Martin taps out. MJF, third time in a row, is the winner of the Diamond Ring.
Yeah, 3-peat.
Yeah, that's right.
I really enjoyed this. I loved the back and forth, the whole sequence towards the end with the pins and like just the pin exchanges rolling back and forth. The stamina these guys have to just maintain that pace throughout. Okay, this wasn't an hour-long match, but yeah, like the way they were working at such a speed, I was really impressed. Dante Martin continues to just be so exciting to watch. His high flying he's one of the best out there doing this right now. And MJF just continues to be a really good wrestler, I think, and just has it all, has the old heel shtick down. I really like this, actually.
It's the bidding war of 2024. His contract's up. Will he go to WWE? That's what everybody he's saying. That's what he teases. He's like, yo, I know my worth. I could be a big name. Yeah. The best. That's funny.
I see him staying.
Yeah,
but like
it works
it makes
to the
sense
heel.
for him as a character and just in business to play the two against each other.
100%. Oh, WWE is the heel company. And we're going to boo them here. So saying that makes it part of his gimmick almost.
Oh, yeah.
After the match, there's a beatdown here where they're beating down on Dante, and the lights go out. We know this happened.
Quite a while.
Yeah, they're just out. They're just chilling. And they come back on. It's Darby and Sting. A bit of I know they do this entrance, but I was like, oh, okay, we could have just came out.
Yeah, I don't think they should have done the...
No.
Because I think people, after last year,
yeah, and
all the sort of free agents, I think people were expecting.
I didn't know. I was like, there's no one else to come out for this angle. It wouldn't make sense. There's no one who's got history with
it's FDR who are already there beating down.
Yeah.
For them to come out.
And it's just Sting and Darby. I'm like, oh, all right, like cool, but they usually just come out.
I think some people thought the Briscoes were coming out.
True. Yeah. Exactly. So Sting and Darby fight off all these guys, but there's more of them than there are them. So they're getting beat up now. But out comes CM Punk with a baseball bat, and he scares them all off. He helps Sting up in a great moment. And then he grabs a mic and just simply says, you know what? Next week, bring your friends. I'll bring my friends. That's the match, and deal with it. And throws the mic down.
So Sting, Darby, and Punk versus MJF and FTR.
Yeah,
next week.
That's crazy.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. And again, you can ease into finally getting that singles match out of them.
And I see it being a lot of MJF not being in the ring with Punk.
Yes.
Like tagging the other guys
right.
in.
Yeah.
So you want to build up to the moment because they still haven't touched yet, right?
Yeah.
You want to build up to that. I thought this was strong. I think it was maybe just a bad idea to do the blackout thing here because I can see people just being like disappointed rather than just have Sting and Darby come out and you're like, cool, fine, yeah, that's the feud that's going on.
Right.
But I enjoyed this. I thought top to bottom, I really enjoyed the show. I thought obviously the match we kicked off with, the world title match, was the match of the night by far, was awesome, but the rest held up as well. I thought Deeb and Shida had a really good match, and I liked MJF and Dante Martin, and I like the direction they're going with these feuds.
Yeah, I think like the people there, after you watch a 60-minute match that was just phenomenal, like this one here, you're gonna be spent.
Yeah.
I was
got to watch Rampage now.
Yeah, like then they're taping an hour of Rampage. There was probably dark matches before. Like just doing the half-hour one with Kenny and Danielson, I was spent. I was like, well, I got my money's worth. I'm good. Everything else is just extra. And I had a great time. Don't get me wrong. But I sat there for so long, not as into it, knowing I already got what I wanted.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that is something there. But nah, the crowd was amazing for the match itself, which definitely was more important. Like that match needed to bang, and it did. Like Hangman proving all the doubts. Like he can go, and he can be a main guy, because this was an awesome main event. That was the opening match, but still the main event of this show. But winter has come and gone,
and we've got a lot in the next week or so. They say on Rampage, Ty Conti versus Penelope Ford in a submissions match.
That's crazy.
We've got Dan Lambert coming back.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. And we've got it's on Rampage is the Super Click and Bobby against Best Friends, right?
Yeah.
And then next week we got this 10-man tag with Lucha Bros, Eddie Kingston, P&P.
Oh, I thought that was on Rampage too.
Was that on Rampage as well?
It's a lot of 8-man, tag man.
Yeah, and then
10-man.
And then we got this Sting Darby Punk match next week on
right.
AEW, along with this big announcement.
Yeah, what is it? The Owen Cup Heart?
Perhaps, yeah. I think they said they're announcing it next week in Greensboro, which is obviously a big. We talked a lot about matches from that.
Yeah. From what, North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder if they'll announce that, a tournament, the Owen Hart, like a G1,
I guess maybe
sort of thing,
possibly
something like that. Yeah, cool. We could be seeing Kyle next week, or we don't see anyone show up. Yeah. But yeah, just
Christmas bash, holiday bash.
Is that what they're calling it?
Something like that.
Yeah, but you're saying Battle of the Belts is that 1 hour rematch?
I think so.
Right away. Hey, this is Dynamite. Da, 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 da. Ring the bell.
Ding ding ding. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that would be crazy. They could do it, but I think Hangman's got to go over.
Because this is what, a Saturday night special? Is it the TNT special? I think.
Right. Okay.
I believe it's like a Saturday night. I think.
Okay. Yeah. No, this match definitely delivered. I can't stress enough how much I loved it. So I thought they knocked it out the park with this. They could run this back a million times. Danielson versus anyone. Danielson is the best. He's the GOAT. He is the Steph Curry, the LeBron, whatever. He is proving any fucking shit he does is good.
Yeah. And
not even good. Fucking amazing. Because I love this match. I want to watch it back, but it's an hour, so I'm like, all right, but
I still got to rewatch the Kenny one.
Yeah. You were there, but
we'll be rewatching all of these for our best match of 2021 coming up.
Yeah, join us on the Facebook group, guys, if you love listening to us. upNXT group on Facebook. We'll let you in there. And we post up all sorts. The community there's kind of cool and growing. We post memes and all sorts of stuff. But we will be posting up stuff there and on the Patreon stuff for this list we're compiling of the best matches. Because we will be doing Best Match Ever Part 1 and 2, where we go down a top 10 best matches of the year. Part 1 is going to be coming out at the end of this month, and Part 1 in January on the Patreon as well. So many things coming out. But join the upNXT group if you haven't, and follow us on all the socials and all that stuff as well. And come hang out in the Twitch chats.
Because the Twitch chat is always fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, early happy birthday to our BDE champion, Fire Frank.
Oh, when is it?
I think it's in a few days.
Oh.
So happy birthday, Frank. I was gonna say may the best man win, but we don't have a match or anything. No. I'm just used to. I'm always fired up when I hear his name.
He's gonna defend it in the Rumble.
She put it on the line in the Rumble. No, don't do that to him. No, does he get the night off? He should just help you make trivia for the Rumble because he's that good.
He's that good. Yeah, maybe.
Scout, I don't know. Yeah, guys, we appreciate you listening to us here. Listen to us every week with upNXT, and of course this show covering Dynamite. I'm gonna be away next week, but you're gonna hold the fort down. You got some shows.
Of course.
Yeah. So many things going on.
And happy Spider-Man Day, everyone.
Oh, that's right. We're going to go, by the time you're listening to this, we can be primed and ready. We're going to be seeing it tomorrow night. So we're super excited. What are some predictions?
Well, I think Toby and Andrew. I think
Topher Grace.
The talk is maybe Daredevil as well.
Yeah.
But Matt Murdock. As the lawyer.
Okay. Oh, because Spider-Man needs a lawyer.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
Maybe. I don't think we're going to see any deaths.
No.
Maybe we can have an Uncle Ben from an alternate timeline just
show
die.
up to die, yeah. Oh, I mean, the OG Uncle Ben is passed away.
Oh.
So, I mean, Martin Sheen, was it? Who was?
In Andrews?
Yeah.
It's Martin Sheen.
Yeah, he wasn't that one. I watched all the Spider-Mans, like, to get, I don't, those ones don't hold up as good as, like, the other ones.
I like the first one. I like the relationship, him and Emma Stone. I think they're really good together.
Yeah, Gwen's got to show up.
She's dead.
In a different timeline. Spider-Gwen.
In the trailer, there's the bit where MJ's falling off, and I think it's got to be Andrew to save
her.
MJ.
Yeah,
because it's like, no, not again.
Yeah.
This isn't happening again.
Yeah, I could see that happening. It looks like it in the trailer.
Yeah.
These trailers, I've watched it, and the TV spots show me different things. I'm like, what is this now? It's showing me, like, the Goblin without his mask. I'm like, stop.
Also, Goblin's dead, isn't he?
Yeah,
he died. Dr. Octopus. I thought he turned babyface before he died in Spider-Man 2.
All these people died.
They're just back.
The Vulture's alive. Mysterio's dead.
Is the lizard in it?
He is dead in it, I think. I think he's dead too. He's got to show up though. The Sandman.
No, I don't think the lizard died. Did he?
It doesn't matter if people die.
To Sinister Six.
It doesn't matter. They all come back from different.
Okay, so we could get Gwen.
Universes and stuff. Yeah, you could get Kristen Dunst, OJ, MJ, OG, Aunt May.
Yeah.
She's always helping Peter out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Who's Aunt May in? It was Sally Fields, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Flying Nun.
Yeah.
Forrest
Shout
Gump's
out
mom.
Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei is the best Aunt May. We can all agree.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna see more of Happy.
Happy Hogan.
Happy Hogan is
John Favreau.
John Favreau.
Chef.
Yeah, he has so many nicknames. Happy, Chef, the guy who saved Star Wars. Like John Favreau, just luckiest guy. I'm excited for this movie. We'll definitely give some thoughts down the line, but when it comes out.
Will we get like animated Spider-Man?
Yeah, you're gonna see
like
Miles.
Morales.
You're gonna see Miles for at least a second, like to tease
like
it.
the cartoon one.
Yeah, because he had his whole multiverse in that movie.
Yeah.
So like you'll see. I'm sure you'll see something. You might see Venom. There'll be teases for Morbius, and all those like other movies that are gonna be coming out. But I wasn't a fan of the Venom movies. But
I've not seen the second one.
Yeah. Woody's in it, but I'm like,
I'll get around to it.
Yeah, one day. Maybe we'll get like a you got to stay after the credits, right? They still do that.
There's normally two, right? There's like a mid-credits.
When you watch the Avengers Endgame, it's like every 2 minutes there was one inserted. But I feel like maybe
Endgame didn't have one.
Oh, didn't have one? No. They should do like a tease for the X-Men. Okay. Like the tiniest little tease, or Blade as well, something like that for their next thing, because they got to reboot X-Men, right?
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Someone's called up Hugh Jackman and been like, look, man.
Do you want to do it all again?
Just do it again.
I know he like just hates working out. He's like, I love red wine and chocolate. Like, I fucking hate it. Like, every time. And obviously, the older he gets, the harder it is.
Right.
I think he just wants to get fat.
Just do one more movie. Fuck it. Do the Deadpool Wolverine movie and then be gone. I don't know. But you can't recast him. Like, it's going to suck. Everyone's just going to be like, man, he was good, though.
They could do it like more accurate. Have a shorter guy. Have a Canadian.
True. So you gonna apply to be Wolverine? You're Canadian now.
I'm not Canadian yet.
This could help you get the street cred you need
to be Canadian.
Be Wolverine. Just put a cigar in your mouth.
Yeah.
Claws.
Yeah.
You could grow some sideburns.
Don't know if I'd be a good Wolverine.
No, you wouldn't. You're not gritty enough.
No, I'd be a Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah. You're a Peter.
I'm a Peter.
Yeah. Well, we'll be talking about it down the line, but that's our Marvel chat for the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Guys, thank you. That's it. We're going to go now.
Yeah, bye.
But you already know. Patreon.com/upNXT, baby. Give yourself the gift that keeps on giving. Support us this holiday. We have families to provide for. Patreon.com/upNXT. Come on. Check it. You know you want to.
Buy a t-shirt. ProWrestlingTees.com/upNXT.
Yeah. While you're there, buy a hook one too. Why not?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure. So, yeah. At upNXT Podcast on Twitter. I myself, Braden Herrington. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram. I'm at the Brady.
Me, Davie Portman. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram, and you can find me at Davie Portman.
There you go. Take care. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And winter has come and gone.
Ahoy!
first time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite.